Hey Gabriel, how you doing? I'm currently hoping to resume my studies on E flat and E major / minor, etc. Reading the music, by the way. Very cool. All right, let's see. I enjoyed you playing Mare earlier. What scales do you use and what notes do you target? So when I'm playing John Mayer type stuff, usually it's just within the pentatonic because he's typically either using blues scale or pentatonic stuff. But basically the target notes would most likely be whatever the chord would be. Like for example, if you're doing like you can kind of target any note in the chord that's currently playing. And you kind of learn to just do that by ear, I guess. I kind of usually target notes based on my ear. If I hear a chord, I'll kind of switch to a note that works. Do I know any Metallica? Everyone knows a little Metallica. Play a harmonic minor solo. Of course I know Malmsteen. I've got to learn Holdsworth. Yeah, I know Holdsworth. He was never a massive. I mean, he's good and stuff, but not a massive influence on me. But I'm thankful for the influences I had, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Because the influence I had made me into the player that I am. Hey Otto, how long did it take me to sweep pick? It's a good question. I don't know. I'd say, I really concentrated on sweep picking for, I remember there was 1 month where that was kind of really all I was thinking about. But sweep picking doesn't take as much time necessarily as people think it does. It's not, it is a complicated technique, but once you kind of get the idea, it's not too bad. That's sweep picking, basically where you just, it's one perpetual motion. But advice I always give to people when they ask me about sweep picking is I always say don't bar. You can bar, because a lot of people do. I know most people do. Ingve, Malmsteen bars, most people who do sweep picking do. But I always recommend that you don't bar, because at least for me, it was a lot trickier to get the notes to be sound separated. What's up, Ted? How you doing, bro? Yeah, so I always say if you're sweep picking, I typically would try to steer clear of barring, unless it's a specific sound you're going for. I miss you too, dude. We'll have to rock a, Guitar Center visit one of these days or something. Yeah, dude, we'll rock a jam. Do the Star Spangled Banner. Do I have to stand if I'm gonna do it? That's always the thing that I have a complex about. If I don't feel like standing, are people gonna get mad at me if I don't stand? Crispier than a McDonald's Sprite. Do I have to stand? I feel like it's not disrespectful as long as you don't intentionally sit down. You're gonna sub to my channel. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. This is a player series guitar, so usually these cost, I think, anywhere between $5 to $7 in the, 6 to 800 range maybe, or something, 800 USD. Thank you, Cheyenne. Thanks, Jaden. How long does it take you to learn a song? One thing that always discouraged me was difficulty in memorizing a song. Did it get easier? Here's the thing. I think it depends on the difficulty of the song, obviously. I've always enjoyed writing and improvising stuff more than learning songs, but there was a time when I did just learn everything I wanted to. Like, I learned every guitar solo that I thought was cool, but I'm not as much... Well, I probably will go into a phase of learning tons of stuff again. Just right at this moment, I'm not in like a super, like, crazy learning stage. I'm kind of more in like a develop my own kind of style type stage and write my own stuff, and that's not to say I have anything against learning anything. I still love to learn stuff, but I'm just a little less focused on learning. And we're always learning, of course. It's not like I'm not learning, but you hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. But that didn't really answer your question. Your question was, how long does it take me to learn stuff? And I would say that depends, on the difficulty of the song. Coffee, I am 19 years old. No problem, Coffee. Answering questions is fun. That's great, Jaden. Happy learning. Rock on. Can you do any legato? Yeah, I love legato. Here we go. Let's do some legato. Yeah, I would say learning, that's a good observation, Otto. Learning has helped with my improvisation. And I think both of them help. Like, improvising, I think, will help you learn stuff easier, and learning stuff will help you improvise easier, more easily. But yeah, I think for whatever reason, I'm choosing to focus more on a stage of where I'm, just improvising and making my own stuff. Play a little blues. Can I do any whammy tricks? Yeah, I can do some whammy tricks. I like this. This is a cool. I can hit two birds with one stone. I can do some blues and whammy bar licks. So basically, you can go like this. You can play these lines that make it sound like you're using a slide. Basically, the idea is you just take the trim bar in these fingers and then kind of pluck with the rest of the An important thing with that type of a technique is making sure you're properly muting all the strings, because if you don't, when you do these big downwards hits, basically what'll end up happening is you'll just end up hitting all the notes. Like, that doesn't sound very good at all, so you gotta make sure you're muting properly. And the muting, for me, the way I do it is I use a combination of muting with these fingers, with the fretting hand, and also the right hand. And so that's a cool technique. For those of you who like the sound of slide but don't have a slide at home. Appreciate that, Otto. Yeah, a lot of guitarists don't like to practice their vibrato, but it's just as important as any other technique, and actually I'd say it's more important, because a vibrato is kind of something where you really shine through when you're playing. Like, for example, you can practice playing fast, but usually when people play fast, it sounds kind of the same. Like, me playing fast and another playing fast will usually sound similar. but vibrato is really where each player kind of starts to sound unique. Do you know any tunings? Yeah, I know tunings. Um, I don't play around with a ton of wacky tunings, but I used to more often. Yeah, although every player's vibrato sets them apart. Jaden, you're saving up for a guitar with a whammy bar. That's cool. I like the trem bar. It's fun. See you later, Ollie. Tune the guitar, please. I didn't know I was out of tune. How long did you have to play to get this good? $23 days. in standard tuning, Jaden. How many guitars do I have? 4. Sultan's a swing. Shared this with your friends? Thanks, Jaden. Appreciate it. Good playing. Thanks, JWR. You have the same Strat, same color. Love this guitar. 2MGA. Yeah, this is a nice guitar. It's it has served me well. actually playing through a Marshall DSL 40C. Appreciate that, Otto. Yeah, I like the clean channel. What band is my favorite? It's a good question. I'm not totally sure. I like a whole bunch of bands. Welcome, Clarissa. Yeah, you said I must have noise gate on. Yeah, I do have a little noise gate, but I don't think it does too awful much, because if I turn the noise gate off, okay. Yeah, so if I turn the noise gate off, that's what happens. Yeah, so it does do actually a decent amount. I honestly wasn't expecting it to do that much. But yeah. I mean, with the noise gate on, it just perfectly, there's no sound. Appreciate that. Who's your... Eric Johnson, maybe? Oops, my harmonic didn't really ring through there. I don't know if I know Pantera very much, but I can learn it. Play it next stream, maybe. Do I ever play any Yngwie? I don't usually play like a ton of his songs, but I think he's a great influence. I love listening to him, love watching him. I even love playing kind of like him sometimes. I think he has a lot of great... lot of great lines. I've always had a hard job pinpointing like which guitar player is like my most, you know, who's like my hero. I just have a lot of dudes who I think are sick, you know? They're just, and then I kind of just, you know, am a crock pot of influences, I guess. Thank you, Hoosier. I usually post these live streams after. I'm trying to get monetized because, you know, I'm trying to get watch hours, and the live streams are a good way to do it, but they're loose. It's kind of a loose format, so I don't like love posting them, but you know, I kind of do it anyways for the greater good. Hi. I don't know your language, friend, but this is the style that I love. Welcome. Let me think. What's the thing that's difficult for me to play? I don't typically play things like on streams that are super, or in front of people that are super difficult for me to play. But like, let me think. Yeah, I don't know. I can't, like, right now, I can't think of, like, a specific line that I was playing earlier that was tricky for me to play, but I know I was playing something just a couple days ago that I was really struggling to do, and it was something like, I'm trying to remember. It was something like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there is some line I was just torturing myself with the other day. I don't usually torture myself when I'm live streaming though, because that's a whole other mindset, and that probably wouldn't be very fun to listen to, because I would just be playing the same line a million times. Hybrid picking is impossible for you. Yeah, hybrid picking, it's a tricky technique, but I kind of got to the point with hybrid picking where it's almost like if something's really difficult to alternate pick, it's very convenient. And actually, when I'm not on live streams, I'll torture myself and try to play the lines that are easy to hybrid pick and hard to alternate pick. I'll try to play them alternate picking just because it's impossible. But like on streams, I actually really enjoy hybrid picking because it's almost like it just almost makes things sound very fluid and like effortless. Yeah, Hoosier, you got to find out. That's every guitar player does that. I feel like you're right. You know, like you kind of just figure out ways to play things that are easiest for you. So I think, like, there are things, for example, that ways I probably wouldn't play stuff that another player would, and it's just, you know. That wouldn't necessarily feel ergonomically correct to me. Or as Michael Scott would say, ergonomically correct. That's something that's tricky to do. If you guys ever want to torture yourself with that, it's tricky to alternate pick something that you should sweep. Because you got to be constantly I would have to warm up with that specific technique to get that done a little faster. I'm not even going to try to do that right now. What is a dexterity technique? You like spider walking or something? I've heard it, but don't know what it is. Oh, spider walking. I don't remember what spider walking is. I know that's some exercise people do. I forgot exactly what it is. It might be, I'm trying to think, it might be this one, like where people go. Yeah, that might be the spider. It's actually not a very hard exercise. It sounds a lot trickier than it actually is. It's pretty easy. You just pick 4 notes. All the way up. And then once you get to the top, you shift up 1 position. Yeah, that's something that probably every guitar player has done for more hours than we would care to admit. All the way up and down the neck. Used to do that for an hour or more back in the day. That's crazy. Yeah. Those hours add up, you know, so. Hey, Emma. What pedal do I recommend for an AC/DC tone? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm sure you can get it an AC/DC tone a whole bunch of different ways. But, you know, I guess I'd recommend whatever AC/DC uses. Have you ever tried an Eventide micro pitch delay pedal? I don't think I have. Oh yeah, for the Steve Vai Crossroads tone. Yeah, I haven't tried one actually. It's a very cool pedal. Detuning. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Hoosier. Do I play any other instruments? A little, I guess. Guitar is definitely my favorite, though. And the only one I actually practice. This looks cooler. Yeah, electric guitar does tend to look pretty sick, so. Especially if you're, you know, really going nuts with it, you know. Like, kind of hard on violin. Yeah. What kind of violin do you like to play? Do you do like classical stuff or what? Or like fiddle tunes? Everything. Very cool. play the flute fluently. Very cool. Cool stuff. Also, I play piano good when I tried to learn guitar. Such torture. Let's see. I used to play drums. But I kind of moved on to guitar. You need a super chat option? Yeah. I read a little music. I started out, my very first instrument I ever started playing was violin. So I kind of... You have a really nice voice. Thank you, Emma. Let's see, when I started, there was no internet, and we record players and slowed passages down to figure them out. Yeah, I feel like I'd prefer to learn by ear, even if I, can read tabs or whatever, or music. I prefer to go by ear. The only guitars I have a Strat and a Les Paul. Those are my guitars. Petrucci. I love Petrucci. And my phone is no longer staying up. I am not a smart man. Let's see what happens. I'm 19. Well, I might call it quits soon here. Let's see, how long did we go? About an hour and 20 minutes. It's a decent amount of time. Used to be young and handsome, and now you're just handsome. I like that. I'll probably use that when I'm old now. I appreciate it, Hoosier. Thanks for tuning in. All right, that was fun. I think I'm gonna make this a medium length stream. I'm not gonna go crazy long because my phone's about to die anyways, so I'll catch you guys later. That was fun. Goodbye.